As hundreds of employees are let go from Stellantis, many are wondering what impact this will have on the auto industry.
Jeep, the brand that's been the king of rugged off-road adventures, has just declared bankruptcy. Yes, you heard that right. The same Jeep that brought us the legendary Wrangler and Grand Cherokee is now on the financial ropes. But here's where it gets even wilder. This financial shakeup could mean jaw-dropping deals on their lineup for anyone bold enough to seize the opportunity. So how did this iconic brand go from adventure hero to bankruptcy? And what does this mean for Jeep lovers everywhere? Stick around as we unravel the story of Jeep's downfall, the controversies, and the once-in-a-lifetime deals that might just make you rethink everything. The downfall of an iconic brand. For decades, Jeep symbolized rugged adventure, the freedom of the open road, and a connection to the outdoors that resonated with millions. From the classic Jeep Wrangler to the versatile Grand Cherokee, these vehicles weren't just cars. They were extensions of a lifestyle. But as Stellantis, Jeep's parent company, struggled with financial and regulatory issues, cracks started to appear in Jeep's sturdy exterior. Now, with Jeep declaring bankruptcy, the question lingers: how did this legendary brand, known for its loyal fan base and iconic models, end up on the chopping block? Stellantis made big promises for Jeep, rolling out high-end models like the Grand Wagoneer and aiming to compete with luxury brands such as Land Rover and Lexus. But in this upscale shift, Stellantis seems to have overlooked Jeep's core audience. Those who valued Jeep for its accessible ruggedness and sense of adventure. With prices for Jeep models spiking by more than 50% in the past few years, they left many customers scratching their heads. Did Stellantis really think Jeep fans would pay luxury prices for what was once an affordable off-roading staple? Here's the real question: how could Stellantis expect Jeep's devoted fans to follow them on this upscale journey without a major backlash? Jeep's identity crisis. Jeep has always been about rugged authenticity, a no-nonsense brand made for adventure seekers and outdoor lovers. But as Stellantis pushed Jeep into the luxury market, its core audience felt increasingly alienated. Just look at the Wrangler, a model that was once celebrated as a symbol of affordable off-road freedom, now carries a starting price of over $40,000. For many longtime Jeep enthusiasts, this shift felt like a betrayal. The brand they had once trusted to deliver accessible off-road experiences was now sporting luxury price tags that seem more fitting for high-end sedans than the rough and tumble image Jeep had always embraced. Jeep's customers are feeling like outsiders in the brand they once called home. As one former Jeep owner said, "When I first bought my Wrangler, I felt like I was joining a community. Now it's like Jeep is turning its back on us for the sake of a quick luxury buck." This sense of abandonment isn't just anecdotal. Jeep's sales numbers reveal a major disconnect between the brand's luxury ambitions and the desires of its customer base. So what's left for Jeep's once loyal customers? Will they continue to watch the brand shift into something they no longer recognize? Declining sales and financial struggles. The impact of Jeep's identity crisis isn't just theoretical, it's written in the numbers. Stellantis reported a shocking 48% drop in Jeep's net income for the first half of 2024. That's not a minor dip, it's a staggering financial hit, and it's hard not to notice the red flags waving. With prices surging, many traditional Jeep buyers have opted out, seeking alternatives that align better with their budgets. The brand's August 2024 sales alone took a 20% nosedive compared to the same month last year, signaling that Jeep's upscale strategy may have backfired dramatically. On top of declining sales, Stellantis is grappling with quality issues and costly recalls. Over 1 million Jeeps were recalled recently due to software issues that impacted critical systems like electronic stability control. For Jeep's already disgruntled customers, these recalls add insult to injury. The brand's reputation for durability and reliability is on the line, and with each recall, Stellantis seems to be losing more and more consumer trust. Piled up inventory, declining demand, and increasing financial strain. This isn't just a temporary setback for Jeep, it's a full-blown crisis. But here's the bigger question: can Stellantis turn things around, or is Jeep headed for an even steeper decline? A leadership crisis at Jeep. Jeep's financial woes are only part of the problem. At the heart of the brand's struggle is a chaotic leadership situation that has left the company rudderless. Over the past few years, Jeep has seen a rapid turnover of executives, each bringing their own vision for the brand's future. Jim Morrison and Mark Allen are just two of the many leaders who tried to steer the Jeep ship, only to be replaced before any real change could take hold. With such a revolving door at the top, Jeep's direction has become muddled and inconsistent. When a brand is in crisis, it needs strong, stable leadership, a guiding hand that can rebuild consumer trust and provide a clear direction. But instead, Jeep has been plagued by leadership changes that have only added to the chaos. Each new executive seems to come in with grand ideas, only for those ideas to be abandoned as soon as the next leader steps in. For Jeep enthusiasts and employees alike, this instability has been disheartening. One minute, we're told Jeep is going all in on luxury, and the next, there's talk of bringing back affordable models, said one frustrated Jeep insider. It feels like no one at the top knows what they're doing. So, is there anyone left in Stellantis who truly understands Jeep's legacy and can steer it back on course? The sales crash and its impact on dealers. Jeep's troubles aren't just affecting the brand itself, they're hitting dealers hard too. As sales have plummeted, dealerships are left with growing inventories of unsold vehicles. Imagine rows of Wranglers, Grand Cherokees, and Gladiators just sitting there waiting for buyers who never show up. Jeep's unsold stock is now piling up, with dealerships carrying enough inventory to last 77 days, well above the industry average of 53 days. This oversupply isn't just inconvenient, it's costing dealers a fortune as they're forced to cut prices and offer steep discounts to move these vehicles off the lot. And for some dealerships, this struggle has brought them dangerously close to financial ruin. Desperate to bring buyers back, Jeep has rolled out a series of aggressive incentives, including 0% financing and price cuts across its lineup. In the short term, these discounts might lure some buyers into the showroom. In fact, Jeep saw a surprising 28% jump in sales in August compared to the same time last year. But can these price slashes and temporary perks make up for the damage done by years of neglecting their core customer base? Are these quick fix strategies enough to restore the trust that Jeep has lost, or are they just delaying the inevitable? Mounting quality issues and safety concerns. As if the financial and leadership crises weren't enough, Jeep's recent history of quality issues and recalls has dealt another heavy blow to the brand's reputation. Imagine buying a vehicle you think is built for rugged terrain, only to find out it has serious safety defects. That's exactly what happened to thousands of Jeep owners in recent years. One of the most alarming recalls affected nearly 8,000 Jeep models produced between 2021 and 2023, with reports of engine fires that could ignite even when the vehicle is off. This kind of recall isn't just inconvenient, it's downright dangerous. The quality concerns didn't stop there. Stellantis recently recalled over 1.4 million Jeeps due to software issues that impacted electronic stability control, a crucial safety feature. With each recall, Jeep's loyal customers are left questioning if their vehicle is really as tough and reliable as they once believed. The Jeep that was once synonymous with adventure is now seen by many as a potential safety risk, a devastating shift for a brand that prided itself on durability. These recalls don't just harm Jeep's image, they're costing Stellantis millions, adding to the brand's financial strain. The question is, can Jeep restore its reputation for reliability and win back the trust of consumers who have been burned by these recent recalls? The United Auto Workers Showdown. As Jeep's financial troubles deepen, its relationship with the United Auto Workers UAW union has also soured, leading to serious tensions that are only escalating. Nearly 98% of UAW members have filed grievances against Stellantis, accusing the company of failing to honor its commitments to job security and investment in American production facilities. This isn't just a small dispute, it's a major fracture in a relationship that is critical to Jeep's future. The UAW, representing thousands of workers, has accused Stellantis of breaking its promise to reopen facilities and invest in new production lines, fueling anger and frustration among the workforce. The situation came to a boiling point when Stellantis announced indefinite layoffs for over 2,000 workers at its Warren Truck Assembly plant in Michigan. Imagine the shock and dismay of these workers, many of whom have devoted years to Jeep, only to find themselves suddenly without a job. These layoffs weren't isolated either. Hundreds more employees at other Stellantis plants faced similar fates. While Stellantis blamed these cuts on market conditions, workers and union leaders saw it as another betrayal, a sign that the company was more more focused on cutting costs than protecting jobs and the communities that rely on them. With rumors circulating that Stellantis might even move production of popular models like the Dodge Durango out of the United States, the tensions between the company and its workforce are reaching a breaking point. UAW President Shawn Fain hasn't held back in his criticisms of Stellantis, accusing CEO Carlos Tavares of putting executive pay above worker welfare. Fain warned that if Stellantis fails to address these issues, a national strike could be on the horizon, a strike that would bring Jeep's already struggling production lines to a halt and potentially devastate the brand even further. So, with both Jeep's financial stability and worker morale hanging by a thread, can Stellantis find a way to mend these broken relationships, or is it simply too late? The electric gamble, Jeep's big bet on EVs. As Jeep faces mounting financial troubles, Stellantis has doubled down on a high-stakes strategy to lead the brand into the electric future, with a commitment of over $46 million to retool its Michigan plants for electric vehicle (EV) production. Stellantis is hoping that this massive investment will be the lifeline Jeep needs. Electric versions of popular models like the Wagoneer and the Ram 1500 are already in development, with Stellantis betting that Jeep's rugged appeal can be translated into an electrified form. The push for EVs reflects the larger industry trend toward electrification, with Jeep attempting to catch up to competitors like Tesla and Rivian, who have already cornered large segments of the EV market. But here's the twist. Jeep's rugged off-road image might not easily translate to electric power. Loyal Jeep fans associate the brand with a particular set of values, durability, power, and adventure-ready capability that many question whether an electric vehicle can provide. Some enthusiasts argue that an EV Jeep could dilute the brand's essence. Jeep's classic image isn't just about off-roading, it's about the roar of the engine, the gritty power under the hood, elements that are noticeably absent in a battery-powered vehicle. Jeep's recent unveiling of a budget-friendly $25,000 electric model has drawn mixed reactions. While it might attract budget-conscious consumers, it's unclear whether this model can truly embody the adventurous spirit Jeep fans love. The bigger question is, will Jeep's loyalists embrace this new direction, or will they see it as yet another misstep by Stellantis? Consumer trust and the electric transition. One of the biggest challenges Jeep faces as it pivots to EVs is rebuilding consumer trust. With its recent string of recalls and quality issues, Jeep is now navigating an even more complex landscape. The electric transition might sound promising to some, but for a brand that has prided itself on reliability and toughness, this shift carries risks. Many traditional Jeep buyers are skeptical, fearing that Jeep's new focus on EVs could signal a move away from the qualities they hold dear. This skepticism isn't unfounded. Transitioning to electric vehicles isn't a simple process. It requires new infrastructure, extensive research, and an entirely different production process. Stellantis CEO Carlos Tavares himself has been vocal about the hurdles of affordability in the EV market, pointing out that making electric vehicles accessible to everyday consumers is a significant challenge. If Stellantis can't deliver competitively priced, rugged, and reliable EVs, Jeep could be at risk of alienating not only its loyal customer base, but also potential new buyers. The pressure to keep EV costs competitive while maintaining Jeep's legendary quality is enormous. Jeep has a loyal following, but with electric options flooding the market, they risk losing these die-hard fans to other automakers if they can't provide a Jeep that stays true to its roots. Jeep's future hinges on its ability to position itself in the EV market without sacrificing the very identity that made it a beloved brand. So can Jeep convince its fans that an electric vehicle can still deliver that same thrill and durability, or will this electric gamble backfire? Financial pressure and the price war. As Jeep navigates the challenges of an electric transition, it's also facing intense financial pressure due to the ongoing electric vehicle price war. While companies like Tesla have slashed prices to boost market share, Stellantis has taken a different approach, reluctant to join in the drastic price cuts. Stellantis CEO Carlos Tavares has been clear about his concerns, describing the EV pricing landscape as a bloodbath. He cautioned that aggressive price cuts could lead to an industry-wide collapse in profitability. By holding its prices, Stellantis is trying to avoid a race to the bottom, but this cautious stance comes with its own risks. In a market where competitors are constantly lowering prices, can Stellantis afford to keep Jeep's EVs at a premium? This conservative pricing strategy could make Jeep's already uphill battle even steeper. With a recent 48% decline in net income, Stellantis can't afford to miscalculate, but by avoiding the price war, they may be alienating consumers who are looking for affordable EV options. The stakes have never been higher for Stellantis. If Jeep's EV lineup fails to attract buyers, the financial strain on the company could become insurmountable. The strategy of holding back on price cuts is a double-edged sword, and Jeep's survival could depend on whether Stellantis has timed its pricing decisions correctly. Will Stellantis' gamble on high prices pay off, or is this strategy simply too risky in a volatile EV market? The growing rift with Jeep's workforce. Jeep's financial struggles have strained not only customer relationships, but also the bond with its workforce. Stellantis' cost-cutting measures have led to layoffs and production shifts that have left employees feeling overlooked and undervalued. The recent layoffs of over 2,000 workers at the Warren Truck Assembly Plant in Michigan have shaken the workforce, casting doubt on Stellantis' commitment to American jobs and manufacturing. For workers who've dedicated years to building Jeep's iconic vehicles, the layoffs are not just job losses, they're a betrayal of Jeep's promise to its employees and communities. The United Auto Workers, UAW, has been outspoken in its criticism of Stellantis, calling out what it sees as corporate greed and misplaced priorities. UAW President Shawn Fain recently voiced frustration over Stellantis' focus on executive pay at the expense of job security and plant investments. The union has even hinted at a potential strike if Stellantis doesn't address these issues, a move that could further disrupt Jeep's already fragile production line. For a brand already struggling to maintain customer loyalty and financial stability, a strike could be devastating. So can Stellantis mend its relationship with the workforce? Or are they on a collision course with one of America's most powerful unions? Can Jeep reclaim its identity? As Jeep faces mounting crises on all sides, the question of identity looms large. Jeep's legacy isn't just about cars, it's about culture. Jeep isn't just a brand, it's an identity, a symbol of freedom, ruggedness, and a connection to nature. But as Stellantis pushes for luxury appeal and electric innovation, Jeep's core image has begun to fade. Many die-hard fans are questioning if this new version of Jeep aligns with the brand they once knew and loved. The Wrangler, the Cherokee, the Grand Wagoneer, these are more than models. They're emblems of the Jeep spirit. If Stellantis continues down the path of luxury pricing and electric transition, Jeep risks losing what sets it apart. Jeep's CEO, Antonio Fossa, has attempted to reassure fans that the brand's adventurous spirit remains intact even as they move toward EVs and luxury models. He's announced ambitious plans to return Jeep to its roots while adapting to modern market demands, including a mix of affordable and premium models. But is this enough? Some enthusiasts argue that Jeep's current strategy is too far removed from the qualities that made the brand iconic in the first place. The brand's very identity hangs in the balance, and how Stellantis handles this period of change will determine if Jeep can reclaim its place as America's favorite rugged ride. Will Jeep find a way to merge its past with its future, or has it lost touch with what made it unique? What the future holds for Jeep. Looking ahead, the future for Jeep is anything but certain. Stellantis' vision to expand Jeep's electric lineup and enter the luxury market reflects a bold, ambitious approach, but it's fraught with challenges. The brand's financial stability is shaky, customer loyalty is at risk, and the workforce's unrest only complicates matters further. Jeep's upcoming models may excite some buyers, but whether they can win over longtime fans remains to be seen. Stellantis has set a goal of reaching 1 million annual Jeep sales in the US by 2027, a target that, at this point, seems overly optimistic given Jeep's current state. With the EV market growing increasingly competitive, Jeep faces the daunting task of proving that an electric Jeep can deliver the same thrill, reliability, and value that traditional models once did. And as competitors drive down EV prices, Jeep's decision to avoid the pricing war could make or break the brand. For Stellantis, this is a pivotal moment. The decisions made now will define Jeep's future and determine if it can regain its reputation, trust, and standing in the market. As Jeep faces an uncertain future, loyalists and industry analysts alike are questioning the wisdom of Stellantis' recent decisions. Jeep has always stood apart for its rugged authenticity, yet Stellantis' attempts to transform it into a luxury brand have left longtime fans bewildered. Imagine looking to buy a Jeep and seeing price tags that now rival luxury sedans. It's a jarring disconnect for anyone who remembers Jeep as the affordable, adventure-ready vehicle it used to be. These changes have left a void in the market where loyal Jeep fans now feel alienated, sparking debate on whether Stellantis has truly lost sight of what made Jeep a powerhouse. Adding to the tension is Jeep's internal strife with its workforce. The layoffs, cost-cutting measures, and plant closures have created deep rifts between management and the United Auto Workers, with nearly all UAW members filing grievances and union leaders calling out Stellantis for broken promises. It's clear that employee morale is in serious trouble. UAW's president Shawn Fain has been vocal in his condemnation, warning that a strike could be imminent if Stellantis doesn't act quickly to address workers' grievances. A strike at this critical juncture could halt Jeep's production altogether, pushing the brand even further toward financial disaster. Now, the future of Jeep hangs in the balance as the brand's very identity is tested. Will Stellantis be able to stabilize the company, regain consumer trust, and repair its relationship with employees, or will Jeep continue down a path that risks losing everything it once stood for? Jeep fans everywhere are waiting, hoping, and wondering if this iconic brand can make a comeback, or if it's truly the end of an era for one of the world's most beloved off-road legends. And that's a wrap on the Jeep saga. For now, we've covered the highs and lows, the bold ambitions, and the missteps that have brought this iconic brand to the edge. The future of Jeep remains a big question mark, but one thing's for sure, the road ahead is filled with challenges. Will Stellantis be able to steer Jeep back to its roots, or is this the end of an era for one of America's most beloved brands? Thanks for tuning in and riding along with us as we navigated the twists and turns of Jeep's story. Don't forget to like this video, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to our channel for more updates on Jeep's journey and other big stories in the automotive world. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.